It's no wonder that everyone who grew up with Carly and her awesome gang is excited to watch a brand new season of this sitcom.
Making it rain, people!
But we know so little about it. Why, God, why? We won't keep you waiting for too long. From a new shocking concept of the series to all the new faces and to why Jeanette McCurdy won't come back. Let's see what secrets and details the iCarly actors recently revealed about the reboot.
Help yourself to a mimosa. Pancakes are on the way.
Not a kid show anymore.
We just didn't want to do the same show. We didn't want to do a kids show again.
Since the actors aren't teenagers anymore, they're going to move on to adult topics. Even in the trailer, Miranda Cosgrove, who played the main role, announced to the audience, "This is still iCarly, but it's all grown up now."
And now I just turned 28, and my character is going through all the things you go through in your late 20s.
So naturally, all the characters have changed quite a lot. Does that mean that it's so much not a kid show now that it's best not to watch it with kids?
There are some adult jokes in there, and the characters are way more mature. Spencer did not grow up at all, though.
You probably don't recognize this gal as she's a new cast member. We'll reveal more about her soon though, so stay tuned. Anyway, despite the more adult jokes, the funny sitcom nature remains, and the trailer looks pretty kid-friendly. So I guess you don't have to worry about it. After all, it's going to be pretty exciting to see all our favorite characters once again in new life situations 10 years after the events of the original show. I mean, we always wonder what happened after the show ended. And now we're finally going to see it. Even though iCarly is now on Netflix and the young audience is thrilled about it, the cast decided that it was important to appeal to the audience that watched them back when the show was on. So they had to think about what would be interesting to them.
Which is why we wanted to make the show a little more mature this time around and not for kids, not just for kids.
They've even gone as far as making the props more mature.
They're a little different.
They're not exactly the same.
Ready to watch grown-up gummy bears? Then tune in to Paramount Plus on June 17th. But even though the original actors were so excited to reprise their roles, it was initially hard for them to make the decision to return. The idea of a reboot seemed quite weird at first, and they were hesitant to say yes. So let's see what was stopping them. Coming back is hard.
When I called Jerry and told him for the first time, I just remember him being silent on the phone for like 10 seconds.
Yep, the idea was that unexpected for the cast. It was so bewildering for the Sam actress that no one could persuade her to reprise her role, but we'll get back to that later. Anyway, Jerry Trainor, aka Spencer, was hesitant because it seems to him like everyone is doing reboots these days.
The hesitation is like, well, what would we do?
Nathan Kress, who plays Freddy, also revealed that the main challenge for everyone was to come back to the previous characters and show them as grown-ups.
We've been in uncharted territory of taking a kid's show that a lot of people knew and loved and transitioning it into this adult show where the tone has changed pretty dramatically.
It couldn't have been easy to figure out how their characters would relate to everything that would come their way. Interestingly, they used real-life experiences to form their grown-up characters.
Because of that, it's been extremely collaborative.
And when the initial shock passed, most of the original cast realized that it was pretty natural for them to reprise their roles. Miranda, for example, shared that she, as a person, is pretty similar to Carly.
It's following all stories of us like in our late 20s, which is the same as me now. So I feel like it was easy to fall back into the character.
Besides, she still had great chemistry with her co-stars, and it even felt like they'd never left. Well, some of them never did, because Miranda and Jerry have always been close in real life.
He's always trying to help me with my bad dating stories. I always call him after a bad date or after something's gone awry.
And Jerry even calls Miranda his real-life little sister.
She and I talk on the phone, sometimes too much. She tells me too much stuff that I don't want to hear, frankly.
See, he's even teasing her like a big brother would. Anyway, of course it was a lot of fun for all the actors to see where life had taken their characters. More importantly, all of the cast members realized that the world needed the iCarly reboot right now.
The world needs us, Lauren.
Living in a pandemic, watching something so light and funny is a must, isn't it? So in the end, everyone was happy that they said yes to the reboot.
You know what the best part of doing a show with you guys as grown-ups now is?
What? You can cuss?
We're gonna cut that.
Aw, Jerry, that's so you. But I don't really think that they were actually allowed to curse because they did have at least one younger co-star. Let's learn more about her and another new cast member. All the new faces. Basically, there are two of them. First of all, there's Jaidyn Triplett, who plays Millicent, aka Freddie's snarky and social media savvy stepdaughter. You heard that right, Freddie is a dad in the iCarly Reboot.
I was excited to find out that my character was a dad because I got to sort of put that hat on.
Interestingly, Nathan is a dad in real life too. Coincidentally or not, he has two daughters who are younger than his on-screen stepdaughter.
I'm having very different conversations with my TV daughter than I am with my real-life daughters.
Since we're on that topic, I have to say that Nathan loves his family very much.
He's such a family man, and he's always with his wife and his two daughters.
And the entire cast attended his wedding. But let's get back to Jaidyn Triplett. The girl was excited to join the cast of such an iconic show. The first week of filming was kind of nerve-wracking for Jaidyn because she was fangirling over all of the original iCarly cast.
Everything is pretty normal because everybody says I'm so mature on set, and they say that I'm 10 rolling on 30, but...
What won her over was the kitty aspect Miranda has in real life that allowed them to communicate and connect as equals despite their age difference. And Nathan even kind of became a father figure to her.
He's definitely a really good father.
Another new actress we're going to see is Laci Mosley, who plays Carly's roommate and best friend Harper. And although I'm pretty sure that she's going to be a fun character to watch on the show, her appearance caused a lot of backlash. Some fans thought that she'd replaced Carly's previous best friend, Sam. To answer these claims, the actress herself stated on her Twitter that she never tried to replace her, but agreed to the role only because the show is diverse. I was shocked when a celebration of all the hard work we've put into making this reboot was overshadowed by the most racism I've ever experienced in my life, Laci wrote. Yeah, that's a shame. Could those people at least first watch her performance and then judge? Gee. But Laci shouldn't be too upset about it because she has a great relationship with her co-stars, and the fans will soon see how great and talented she is.
I know, and girl, it makes me feel so good.
And now, let's see exactly why we won't see Sam anymore. The one star that won't come back. Jeanette McCurdy, who played her, was very firm about not returning to the show, and even the calls from all of her former co-stars didn't make her change her mind.
Called her separately, and we really wanted her to be a part of it. But at the same time, I'm happy for her. Her life's taken her in a different direction, and that she's really enjoying what she's doing right now.
But luckily for the fans, Sam didn't disappear from the iCarly universe, and the cast has promised to reveal where she ended up.
We talk a lot about the Sam character and where she is in the pilot episode.
You should know Jeanette didn't only refuse to be in the reboot. In fact, she quit acting altogether a few years ago. And McCurdy recently stated that she doesn't see herself ever returning. The Sam actress previously revealed that she was embarrassed and unfulfilled by her role in iCarly. Being part of a famous sitcom had a negative impact on her mental health and led to eating disorders. Sure, we'll all miss Sam, and iCarly won't be the same without her. But believe me, when you find out what she had to go through while seemingly having fun on the show, you'll understand her point. And if you want to know more about the challenges Jeanette faced while playing Sam, watch the video we made about it. And stay awesome.